Hello guys, and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part, and welcome to today's video. It's the hardest places to organize, or at least they are for me. The very first place we're going to be starting is my makeup drawer. I avoid this area at all costs. You can see that I've done it once before, like there is a system in there, but it's not working all that well, and it's super dirty. So I knew I needed to tackle this, so I had some leftover home edit storage containers, so I thought, why not? And then when I was at Target one day, I picked up this cute little organizer, and I loved that you could like spin it and that my brushes could be like upright. And then I also had this home edit organizer left over from another project. So we're gonna start by clearing everything out so we can clean it before we organize it. So if you're new here, go ahead and click that red subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos, and then we will get started in today's video. Once I got everything out of there, I mean, I knew it was going to be disgusting. I don't think I knew it was going to be this gross. So this definitely needs to be cleaned out before anything new goes inside. But I also wanted to show you everything that I pulled out. I feel like when we have all of our stuff in closets or drawers, it just doesn't seem like a lot until you pull it out of that space and you really start to realize how much you have. But I just grabbed my LG vacuum, and I just have the attachment on it so it makes it handheld, and I'm just sucking up all that loose hair. I feel like I've been shedding hair so bad lately. And then I took a cleaner. It was more like a glass cleaner, so it didn't work really well getting my like liquid foundation out, and it is like a color stay one. I thought I'd be able to wipe this out. It didn't. So I ended up grabbing my Dawn like dish spray. What would also work is if you have like powdered Tide detergent. Normally that's what I would have grabbed, but it totally did not come to mind when I was cleaning this. But any product like that will get it off. And once again, when I sprayed, here's what I used right here, the Dawn Power Wash Spray. It immediately just started breaking it down, and I could wipe it out, and I'm about to show you that next. I really think this is one of the reasons I had been putting off organizing this drawer a little bit better. I just knew it was going to be dirty, but it definitely needed a good cleaning. Just because you have a space organized doesn't mean it's finished. So if it's not working for you, try something else. I feel like people try to organize, and if it doesn't work, they just like toss it. Don't toss it, just start over and figure out what's not working with it so you can try something different, and eventually you'll nail down the right thing, and it's like a game changer.
Tonight we're running on the right track.
Okay, so here is how it looks. There are a few places where like the paint's gotten chipped off. I'm not going to fix that today. I'm not going to be an overachiever and paint it and let it dry, especially since I'm just putting bins back in with all my makeup. You're never going to see it. So now I'm just going to be opening up my home edit organizers. I had like the 8-piece set, and then also a bathroom set. You can mix and match them however you need to. Just kind of look what's inside and see if you're going to need big ones or small ones. I knew for in here in this drawer I was going to need a lot of the smaller ones, so that's why I grabbed those sets. I will link those down below in my description box for you. They are from Walmart, and they are beautiful. I feel like they're going to hold up forever because they're just super nice, and to me I feel like they're very affordable. If you price these same products over at like the Container Store, you're going to be paying a lot more. When you're starting fresh with the space, or even like me, I've done something, but I'm not going to use any of those organizers. I just feel like they didn't hold up well for what I was needing them to do. I will wash them up and use them somewhere else. But when you have an empty slate, it's good to try to make all the bins fit in the area. So don't start putting them in containers and then putting them away, because if you do too many and they don't fit, you'll have to adjust it. I mean, obviously you can do that, it still works, but sometimes it's easier just to make all the containers fit within the drawer since it's a small space, and then start filling up those organizers with your products. I feel like that's just the easier way to go if you have a small space. Also, another tip, try to make it feel really snug. I do have a few loose ones in here which I can take ticky tack to stick underneath so they won't move, but definitely get as many bins in that area so your stuff's not going to just slide around every time you open and close the drawer. So just keep that in mind when you're creating the layout of the containers. And then before you put anything back in, especially if you're dealing with makeup, clean it before it goes in. Otherwise you're just putting like old dirty things into something clean and it's never gonna have a big impact. So just take a moment, have a wet rag, and get it clean.
I've been trying my best for a while, trying to please everyone who's around me. I've been putting on a fake smile, even though I'm wasting time. I don't want to be trapped in a box, trying to be like the rest.
So I get this part can be a little time consuming, but as I was cleaning this, I was trying to figure out, why did it get so dirty? Are there things I can do to fix it? And the answer is yes. So a lot of these products that had caused so many issues were really cheap, affordable products that had dropped and broke, and I could have just thrown them away because there were like pieces of it everywhere. When I put it in the drawer, it was, you know, spilling into the bins, and so I need to just learn to let go if something's broke. Just let it go, buy something new and move on, or just leave it out on my counter where I'm not putting it in the drawer. The other thing I'm going to do is shut the drawer when I'm working on my hair. I feel like I had a lot of hair in there. If I would just close the drawer, that wouldn't happen. And then my sponges where I put on my foundation were really getting on the edges. I'm going to keep them in one little cubby, so that may get dirty, but that will be easier to clean than like taking everything out of the drawer. So just be mindful as you're cleaning and putting things back. What can you do differently to prevent this from happening next time?
I know I have to be somewhere else to be able to find myself.
My next tip is to be mindful when you're putting your products back in. Just like I had those lashes upside down, I put a new one in the front just so it looked pretty. I mean, you could just throw everything in here, and if that's your goal, then do it. But if you're trying to just make it look super pretty and pleasing to the eye, so you love like opening up a cabinet or a drawer, just be mindful of the sizes and putting like items together, making sure the front one's nice, pretty, and clean, and just doing small touches like that makes a space so pretty and it makes you happy to open it. How many of you guys have like pantries and closets and makeup drawers that it literally makes you smile to open it? That's the spaces I like to create in my home. I don't want to walk into my closet and get anxiety or stress. I don't want to do that with any area in my house. So my dishes are put away nicely, my pots and pans are put away nicely, and that's why I was trying to get my makeup done, because this space brought me so much stress every time I opened it. Another thing I like to do is kind of color code it, so I go from like darkest to lightest. I do this with my clothes. It's good to do with lipstick. It's just another thing that's very pleasing to your eye. And then if you're going for a color, you know exactly what your options are and how you want to put it on and apply it that day.
Feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping.
When you're organizing, especially like a makeup drawer where you have lots of products, it's going to take some time, so don't rush it. If you're looking at my face in this scene, I'm like super serious. I'm in organizing mode. I'm rearranging things around. I went back later and kind of organized it a little better. I started with like my foundation and then went in order as I got ready. So then I'm not like bouncing all over the place, like grabbing makeup from this bin and then over on the other side. It's good to kind of put it in order if you have the flexibility of doing that. You can see all those old bins are so nasty and dirty, but I wanted to show you the spaces I had worked on in my last organizing video. They have held up so well, so that means those systems are working. Now down here it's still holding up really well, but I had a few extra home edit bins, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch those over just because I think they're prettier, because they're like that really clear and crisp bin or container, and I love it. But here is how my drawer turned out.
Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me.
Just by switching out all the bins, it looks so much nicer. I think it's because they fit a little more snug in here because I had a few more size options, and then I got to spread out a few of the items. So I'm super happy with how this turned out. It needed just a few more bins and it looked good. So now I'm going to show you once again how everything turned out. These drawers are a joy to open now instead of just bringing stress, especially first thing in the morning. That's when I get ready. So it's just nice to wake up with like a grateful, happy heart. And then this is another area I had worked on in my last video. I wanted to show you it's still holding up nicely, so that means that system's working well. And then I'm going to take you into my cabinets just so you can see how everything's working out.
Drive a faster car.
Okay, so today is a new day and it's a new project, and we are going inside my refrigerator. I love to organize, but when it comes to my refrigerator, I'm like terrible at it. It's not even so much the refrigerator, it's this exact refrigerator. We've had this style before, and I really liked it, but then when we moved, we got a new one. I thought I would love this drawer, and it's, I don't know, I'd rather have had the space in here like the first time. I think if you have kids and you don't want them like all in the fridge and this is nice and low, they'll use it. But for us, whatever we put in here goes to die basically. So I've got to figure out a better system for this. So that's what we're going to be working on. This is what I have left over from all of our different organizing areas that we've been working on. This is an 8-piece multi-purpose edit, so I think this is going to be really well. This is what's left over from like the bathroom edit collection, so I think it's going to be plenty just because I don't have a lot of space in there. But somebody wrote in and said, think of your refrigerator just like a cold pantry. So I'm gonna see if that helps me. In my head, it seems to already make me feel a little bit better and calm me down. So I'm gonna just try to organize it like I would if it was a pantry, but it's just cold.
Yeah, I'm restless, so give me something to do. Yeah, I can't stay here because I need to dance. Jump around and show them how I move. Everybody will be on me, wanna join me when I take a shot. I'll be the center of attention like I was some kind of astronaut. Cause I'm shooting for the moon tonight, and I got a feeling I'm gonna crash some stupid party. Tear the ceiling down in front of it.
Okay, so I've got everything taken out, but this door, this is functioning really well, so I'm not gonna touch it. I may switch these out later for like a different bin, but other than that, everything's working. Now it is super dirty. You probably can't see it too well on camera. There we go. Let's just get a little bit closer so you guys can see what I'm working with here. I'm definitely going to clean this out. In a previous video, I had bought these, and I'm so glad because the glass isn't dirty. I can just rinse these off. Like I can wipe them down, I can stick them in the sink, I can do whatever I have to do to get those clean. I'm gonna wipe out the door and the drawer. And then here is everything that was in there. It's always so much more than you think. And when you're doing a task like this, you have to move pretty quick just because you don't want any of your food to go bad. So I'm gonna get off the camera and start cleaning this thing out a little more.
If someone's pouring up a drink, I'm calling shawty. I'm gonna find a crowd so I can put it on.
I feel like it's really smart to grab your vacuum because there's always like crumbs and loose food and all sorts of stuff like that in your refrigerator, so it just makes it easier getting all of that out. And then the clear liners that you saw me talk about earlier were just like clear shelf liners, but they're not sticky, so it's nice. You can bring them in and out. Now if you want a pop of color or a pop of design, you could do that as well. You guys know me, I don't like a lot of color. The food containers and the food in there is enough. You could also just like fill up your sink with like soapy hot water and throw these in there and then dry them off. They're just super easy to clean. If you have a spill, you can just pull one out. You don't have to do everything. Obviously, I haven't done that at all and I needed to do it, but it is just something simple. Then if you have a spill, you're not like cleaning the glass inside your fridge and it doesn't like go everywhere.
It's all I wanna do right now. Everybody will be on me. Wanna join me when I take a shot. Take a shot. I'll be the center of attention like I was some kind of astronaut. Cause I'm shooting for the moon tonight. And I got a feeling I'm gonna crash some stupid party.
My little tip for you is when you're shopping for a new fridge, I know it doesn't happen often, so when it does, you have to be very, very smart of what you want, what you need, how much space is in there. Do things move around? Can you move the drawers? Just definitely be kind of picky when it comes to something like that, because I know most of us keep our refrigerators until they like die, and this one's definitely not my favorite. It's not the worst I've ever had, obviously. There's a lot of space in it. It's super pretty, but the one I had before this, it felt like it was the same size, but the storage and how it was set up was just way easier to keep food in there and to organize it. I don't know, I can't even explain it. It was just like the way the shelves were put in. It just made life easier, and this one's always been a little hard for me to work with. Okay, so we're done with the cleaning part. It looks so much better. This is even all cleaned out. I'll clean the outside once I'm done, like I'll wipe it down. But now I'm gonna move on to organizing. I'm trying to decide, so I cleaned all these and put them back down. I noticed this right here is super clear. I might not put these down, so maybe when we open up the refrigerator, we can actually see what's in this drawer. So maybe that will help us to not forget about what's down there. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna keep the little mats that go down there just in case it does start to get super dirty or scratched, but I might leave that open because that may have been why they left that clear, so you don't forget, hey, there's a drawer down there with extra stuff in it. So let's get to organizing now.
I got this feeling like it's starting now, starting now. I feel adventurous with you, and there is nothing that can hold us back, hold us back. We can do what we want to do, 'cause we got all the time in the world, for better or worse. We should stay together, so let's stay young and in love. We should focus on us forever. Yeah, baby, if you are feeling like I do, we can run away across the ocean.
So I like to set out all my organizers, so when I'm grabbing, I know exactly what I have. I know, you know, if I have some extra, if I need to like tighten up the rings a little bit and cram some more food into one bin. So I've got 2 of these like mini ones, 4 of like, I don't know, maybe extra small, small, medium, large. That's how we'll do it. I've got 6 of these. 2 of these big ones, I doubt I use this in my refrigerator, so I can always use this somewhere else. I was mainly just wanting all of these smaller ones.
Baby, what you say? We can leave today. Anywhere we'll go, we'll be alright. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you.
I think with the fridge, it's just really hard for me to get motivated to organize it because there are so many like small spaces and you don't have a lot of like items. I'm really good at putting like items together, but I feel like in the refrigerator, there's just a lot of stuff. And so I always struggle wanting to clean my refrigerator. It's like it's never clean, it's never organized. I am never motivated to do it until it's like, okay, I have to do this. That's kind of like how I am with my stove and microwave. I kind of break down of like, okay, it's so dirty, I have to do this because it's embarrassing. You'll have to let me know what your spaces are. So mine's definitely like my shower, my makeup drawer, my refrigerator right here. Those are just areas that I have no motivation to get done. Now, once it's finished, it feels amazing, and I'm always so mad at myself that I didn't do it sooner. So that's why I wanted to share this today, maybe to get you motivated, maybe to give you tips and tricks so when you do yours, it will hold up better. But you'll have to let me know down below in the comments section, what are your hardest places to get clean and organized?
Baby, what you say? We can leave today. Anywhere we'll go, we'll be alright. It's all about you. It's all about you.
I also know that the reasons why they're hard, or one of the reasons for me, is they're touched daily. So I put on makeup daily. So I'm in that drawer, moving things around, touching it. Same with the refrigerator, like it's shared. It's not just me using this and putting something back. I'm like relying on my family to keep it organized. Plus like new food comes in, food goes out. So you have to have a really good system of like, where is the food gonna go? Where's the leftovers gonna go? Same with the pantry, new food is coming in and out daily. So it really has to be a functioning organization to make it work.
Every change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing.
This is another area that's gonna take you some time, so don't feel rushed. Don't start a project like this if you have to be somewhere in like 30 minutes or to an hour. Give yourself time so you're not stressed doing it, because it's kind of stressful enough just trying to figure out what bins, what sizes, how are they gonna fit in there? Are you leaving room for when groceries come, leftovers? I'm really happy with how it came out this time. I think it's gonna function so much better for us. So I'm going to show you some clips of what it looks like, and then I'm about to walk you through it and kind of tell you why I did the things that I did.
Waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. We are close. Can you feel it?
So now let's look inside. I wish I would have done this a long time ago, but it's just so hard for me to get motivated to work on my fridge just because I know there's a lot of cleaning involved and organizing and checking dates. But visually it looks so much better. We can see what we have. I even left some extra bins in here just so next time we get groceries, I know I'm gonna have more food. We're kind of on the end of it because we just got done with like a snowstorm. Savannah's got drinks right here. We have tons of drinks. We just have like a drink fridge out in the garage, but we like to keep a few in here so if we don't want to walk out there, especially when it's cold. I've got all of our fruit. We go through fruit like crazy. So these bins will probably change out a lot, but then I have just my eggs and my butter. This is Chase's just like spinach dip. This is probably gonna be like our dairy-free drawer. We try to go dairy-free on as much as we can with Savannah. We're not perfect with it, but when I'm cooking and doing different things, so that's why I have that just so I know that's all her stuff right there. I've got a spot down here for leftovers. You guys know we don't cook a whole lot, so I don't need like a huge section. And these drawers are still pretty empty. If I need to, I mean, right now it looks pretty because it's kind of empty, but if I needed to push that back and added more, I still have space in here I can work with. This door drives me crazy. I feel like I can put hardly anything in it. Like one water bottle will fit here, but this is super, super narrow. Because of like our ice bin, I can really only put something here. And then this is so narrow. I haven't quite figured out if much will fit. And if it does fit in here, like, let me see if the drinks will fit. It's just really hard to say like that won't. I guess it kind of can, but if I put too many in, I can't get them in and out if they were all lined up. And then every time I open and close the door, they just like slide around if it's not full. So I don't know. One day I'll figure out what to do with those, but today I didn't need to because I had plenty of space. But now let me shut this and show you the drawer. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably what I'm most excited about because it's never really functioned for us. So I thought, okay, why don't I put in here what we use the most and then we won't forget to open it. We were forgetting to open it because we weren't using that stuff. But when it comes to like meats and cheeses, we're definitely gonna open up this drawer. So maybe it will train us to open up this drawer. So if I do ever switch these items back and like put them in here, we'll just be trained that there's stuff down here. But I'm not gonna lie, I like this. I mean, I can actually get to it easier. So I like it. We can see all the kinds we have. You don't forget about it. I think half the time we overbuy because we can't tell what we have or how much we have left. So this will be a lot easier to see what we have and how much left. But now I have a dirty kitchen. It's not horrible, but it does need to be worked on. So I'll do a speed clean right here just in case any of you all need a little bit of a cleaning motivation. I'll throw it in this video for you. Another tip, once you're done like organizing or decluttering, clean up right away. I know you're tired, I know you're exhausted, but you will be so thankful that it's just all done and you don't have to mess with it later. So it just takes a few minutes, so just power through it. But now I'm gonna share some pictures with you again on how everything turned out so you're reminded of all the spaces we worked on today. These are definitely my hardest places to organize and to keep clean. So I'll keep you guys updated on how it's going. Definitely make sure you're subscribed if you're new here so you don't miss any future videos. I post new videos every single week. And if you guys know somebody that will enjoy this, definitely share it with them. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.